Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025. Commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat at 2047. As part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today is commemorated as World Usability Day on November 13th every year. To make things easier, founded by 2005 by the Usability Professionals Association, is celebrated annually on the second Thursday in November. This year it takes place on November 13th. It promotes So it takes place on November 13th and it promotes the values of usability, usability engineering, user-centered design, universal usability, and every user's obligation to demand better things. Every year, a new theme is chosen for the discussion. The recent theme, Our Health, will look into the virtual healthcare, electronic health records, and other digital health-related technologies. Professionals will talk about current concerns such as care continuity, treatment across access, and mental health and nutrition. The User Experience Professional Association established World Usability Day in November 2005. The association was founded in 1991 with a membership of 50 and has since grown to serve a community of nearly 240,000 professionals around the world by promoting user experience, UX concepts and techniques through the annual international conference. The Journal of Usability Studies, JUS, and User Experience Magazine, and the 59 local chapters in 30 countries. The principles of user experience may be traced all the way back to ancient Greece. In the West, there is evidence that Greek civilizations used ergonomic concepts to build their instruments and workspaces as early as 5th century BC. Henry Dreyfuss, an American industrial engineer who published Designing for People in 1995, which pretty much sums up user experience design in a nutshell, in another major figure in the history of user experience design. Engineers aren't the only ones who have contributed to the development of user experience in 1966. Walt Disney was hailed as one of the first user experience designers in history, obsessed with creating magical, immersive, near-perfect user experiences. Disney envisioned a place where cutting-edge technology could be used to improve people's lives. And from the original iPod in 2001 to the iPhone in 2007, Apple has also been a true user of user experience innovator. Even the term user experience design was coined by the IT Bina. So the art of people design in the West Started in 1955, Henry Dreyfuss publishes his definitive work, Designing for People, a book that shaped the cultural landscape of the 21st century. The user experiences go to Walt Disney, becomes the first user experience designer who isn't an engineer or a tech mom. In 1966, the era of personal computers began in the 1970s with psychologists and engineers collaborating to focus on the user experience since 1970s. The term user experience design was coined by Donald Norman in 1995. So UX design is not coding and you do not require any knowledge of coding to get into it. Efficient, effective, engaging, errors tolerant, and easy to learn are the 5 E's of usability. Usability in UX design is a quality metric that measures how user-friendly a product is. Our lives have been revolutionized by the internet, which has made the world a global village. Various aspects of our daily lives, such as work, meetings, and medical appointments, are also going virtual. On this day, talk about all the benefits you can enjoy from tech and your experience using digital devices. Educate yourself on technology evolution, about the evolution of technology and user experience. Learn in detail about how humanity has advanced in technology and what we can expect going forward. So, carry out your own research on how technology has contributed to the advancement of all aspects of modern life. Then go ahead and share how technology has personally benefited. Every month, around 6,000 new computer viruses are generated and distributed at the rampant speed of computer viruses. So let us clarify a misconception. The Firefox emblem is actually a red panda and not a fox. So Apple has been in existence for 38 years, is 1 month younger than Samsung, and we have decades-old tech firms. To improve the Alexa experience, the virtual assistant technology saves all your conversation history in the cloud, the dawn of recorded conversations. People read 10% slower on a screen than they do on paper, so people are slow screen readers. World Usability Day honors product usability by educating people and measuring the influence technology has on our lives. Product users are taught how to best use technological devices. The usability of a product's interface enables transparency. This helps users to concentrate on their activity, make fewer errors, and quick judgments. The constant progress of technology leads to advancement in all fields such as medical communication, transport, among others. And thanks to the technology, we now have access to quicker, more efficient ways of getting things done. Today is also commemorated as World Quality Day on November 13th every year, which is observed on second Thursday in November. This year it falls on November 13th. The purpose of this day is to raise quality awareness and provide support to individuals and organizations for the achievement of economic prosperity and the adoption of high quality standards. In 2008, the first World Quality Day took place in London, United Kingdom, UK. Every year, the theme of the World Quality Day is decided by the Chartered Quality Institute. CQI, some of the previous themes included sustainability, improving our products, people, and planet, and creating consumer value. So the Chartered Quality Institute, CQI, chooses the theme of World Quality Day every year. Founded in 1990, the CQI is a chartered professional body for experts in improving service, project, and product quality. Since its inception, the CQI has set a standard for championing organizational excellence in quality management worldwide. The organization now has a membership of approximately 20,000 people and is the only organization that can award people with the Chartered Quality Professional status. The CQI is also in charge of the International Register of Certified Auditors, IRC. So part of the CQI's mission is to improve the ability of organizations to deliver the very best for consumers and stakeholders. Their vision is a world in which organizations of all types and sizes thrive by providing outstanding value for consumers and customers, stakeholders, and society. The maiden conference of World Quality Day took place on November 13, 2008 at the Immersed Conference Center in London. Quality management, a fairly modern concept, is subdivided into four components: quality planning, quality assurance, quality control, and quality improvement. Referred to as total quality management, TQM, in general, it involves maintaining a desired level of excellence. So the quality movement begins with artisans organizing themselves into guilds in 13th century. In the West, CQI is founded in London, UK in 1990. The Queen grants the CQI Royal Charter in 2006, and the World Quality Day is inaugurated in London in 2008. So William Edwards Deming is widely recognized as the father of quality. He was a statistician and business consultant, and his methods helped Japan recover after the World War II. So quality training for employees, recognizing individuals who apply quality in organizations and creating a suggestion box related to quality practices or ways you can celebrate. So maintaining quality in a business means satisfied and loyal customers. Good quality products also lead to long-term profit and economic prosperity. Whether you are a small business owner or a corporate executive, implement quality management in your organization. This will improve your workflow and establish a positive image for your company or business. Quality isn't restricted to the corporate world alone. We all need to be quality individuals who can always be relied upon to put our best into everything we do. So use this day to raise awareness and challenge others to operate in excellence. Make sure you use the hashtag World Quality Day. So provide relevant work experience, though there is no required number of years when applying for a CQI. You must provide information regarding your relevant work history. It is also important to include all relevant training and qualifications when applying to the CQI. So continuing professional development objectives and the CQI require applicants to state at least 3 relevant CPD objectives during the application process. Applicants are also required to take a self-assessment based on the CQI's competency framework. Application must possess the requested knowledge, skills, and experience to proactively and demonstrate leadership behaviors. So, World Quality Day prevents mediocrity. This day dedicated to equality is a reminder that quality prevents mediocrity. Giving our best is ever important in our business, corporate positions, and individual lives. For organizations and business, quality management ensures that a standard of excellence is maintained. It prevents cutting corners and poor output in their dealings. It maintains a standard of excellence. Quality management protects consumers and end users when companies, business, and manufacturers are held to a certain level of responsibility. In terms of quality, consumers can be assured of getting good value for their money, and it protects customers. Today is also commemorated as World Kindness Day in US on November, that was formed in 1990 to promote kindness throughout the world and is observed annually on November 13th as part of the World Kindness Movement. It is observed in many countries, including the US, Canada, Japan, Australia, and the UAE, and it presents us with the opportunity to reflect upon one of the most important and unifying human principles. On a day devoted to the positive potential of both large and small acts of kindness, try to promote and diffuse this crucial quality that brings people of every kind together. So World Kindness Day was first introduced as a day of observation by World Kindness Movement in 2019. The organization was registered as an official NGO under Swiss law, but the history of group stretches back to Tokyo-based convention in 1997. An array of institutions and organizations based in countries including Australia, Thailand, and the US and the UK had been assembled at this conference because of their dedication to championing kindness in society. The initial configuration of the World Kindness Movement would form as a result of the event with the written declaration of their inception, starting their pledge to join together to build a kinder and more compassionate world. In 1998, in pursuit of the same, they would facilitate the launch of the inaugural World Kindness Day. The purpose of the World Kindness Day, as outlined by the World Kindness Movement, is to highlight good deeds in the community, focusing on the positive power and the common thread of kindness, which binds us since its creation more than 2 decades ago. The day was achieved truly global notice, even associated with the day, have attracted participants from every inhabited continent. These have included activities such as concerts, dance mobs, and the distribution of kindness cards. While at present the day is one of the unofficial observance, it remains the hope of the World Kindness Movement to attain official recognition status by the United Nations. Should the group be successful in their efforts, World Kindness Day would join the ranks of recognized days of observance such as International Day of Peace, Human Rights Day, and World Health Day. There are also other commemorations similar around the world that celebrate acts of kindness, generosity, and love to bring about world peace. In Israel, a day for people in Israel is to volunteer good deeds for others in the community on March 16th as Good Deeds Day. In UK, community groups and individuals partake in the range of volunteer projects for those in need in their local community on November 17th as Mitzvah Day International. In New Zealand, a day for paying it forward and displaying random acts of kindness on September 1st as Random Acts of Kindness Day. An International Volunteer Day is a day for promoting volunteerism throughout the world on 5th December, promoted by the United Nations. So, objectives of World Kindness Day is to spread kindness with small gestures. The main tradition of the day is to be kind and to try and encourage kindness and to prevail over hatred. Whether it's helping out someone with course, taking time out of task, how someone is doing, or complimenting someone, the name of the game is kindness, and we all have it in us. As outlined in the World Kindness Movement description of the day, the purpose of the World Kindness Day is to highlight good deeds in community, focusing on the positive power and the common thread of kindness which binds us. The World Kindness Day started after the formation of World Kindness Movement. It was their hope and goal to create a day that would help to raise awareness of the importance of kindness as an unifying power between people everywhere. The word kindness has its roots in the Old English word kindness, which itself is derived from the Middle English word kindness, meaning courtesy. So give compliments, smile at strangers, hold a door open, give up your seat on a crowded train, perform at least 3 random acts of kindness and see what the magic follows. Kindness and connection go hand in hand. Take a few extra minutes to hug your loved ones and friends today. They might wonder what got into you, but they will appreciate it nonetheless. And make sure that your friend is comfortable and it is culturally accepted. So you should be kind to yourself today too. Write a short or long poem or essay highlighting the things you appreciate about yourself and your life and read it aloud. Start with children. 1 in 4 children in the US experience bullying at school on a regular basis. Teaching kids to be kind to everyone, even if they are different, and to stand up to bullying when they see it turns them into brave and kind adults. through the movement isn't affiliated with any religion or political movement. Over 28 nations participate in the World Kindness Day, a day of unity. People who are consistently and constantly kind produce 23% less cortisol, which is the stress hormone, because the lower levels of stress, people who practice kindness age slower than the average population. So it pays to be kind. Researchers from the Stanford Social Neuroscience Laboratory found that when people see someone else being kind, they are more likely to act kindly towards others themselves. Emotional warmth releases the hormone oxytocin, which dilates the blood vessels and therefore lowers your blood pressure. So many people are focused on their own lives, can forget to take a moment to think about what other people need. Ironically, doing something nice for others isn't only good for them, it can be good for you too. Other days of celebrations encourage people to take their appreciation of things in the Max World Kindness Day allows for the change to think of extra special or unique ways to perform acts of kindness. So celebrating kindness and the benefits we derive from the core concept of human condition is valuable. It reminds us that we are neither alone in our lives nor do we live in a world where goodness is not apparent. Today is also commemorated as Symphonic Metal Day, which is celebrated every year on November 13th, which is a day set aside to celebrate a combination of classic orchestral arrangements and heavy metal music that has grown in popularity over the last few decades. Symphony metal, also known as opera metal or operatic metal, organized in Scandinavia and the Netherlands, this genre of music is one of the many subsets of heavy metal music. Symphonic metal bands frequently feature classically trained musicians because of the heavy influence of classical music on the genre. Heavy metal continued to evolve over the decades as it picked up and discarded influences from different kinds of music, depending on where the subgenre originated. Among these subgenres was glam metal, which originated with Bon Jovi, New Jersey, and thrash metal with Los Angeles bands like Metallica and Megadeth. Among these many subgenres was symphonic metal, a genre that combines symphonic or classical arrangements with the standard arrangements of heavy metal. This might include symphonic instruments of all kinds, wind, strings, brass, and percussion. It might also be a full orchestra with elements incorporated into the composition and arrangement. This music originated in Finnish and Scandinavian culture, with the most popular bands being Dario, Nightwish with Temptation, and Epica. These bands do not use orchestra or symphonic elements live, but tend to have those elements pre-recorded or entirely used on the keyboard. The sound is usually very atmospheric, unlike other metal bands, but the performances are just as theatrical. Today is also commemorated as National Indian Pudding Day, in US on November 30 tried to grab some puddings that native Indians used to make using the original ingredients. Molasses and cornmeal are primarily ingredients that give the pudding the perfect rich savoriness and density for a cold November day. People have shifted to new flavors and recipes, which resulted in a silkier texture and more desirable taste. Sometimes this traditional New England delicacy makes its presence known as a few people with good taste and extends into other part of the US. There is no confirmed origin of how and when the pudding was discovered and who discovered it, but it was certain that it was made by the local Indians of Northern America. It is the most native dessert we have. It remained mostly unchanged since the time the native Indians used to make it, almost unknown outside New England. This desert have been around for 3 centuries now. The name for pudding may suggest that it refers to the Indian living there, but rather it was named after the cornmeal known as Indian meal, calling it Indian pudding. There is also commemorated as National Hagi Musician Day. Comes around annually on November 13th. A lot of work goes into being a musician and not everyone aware of it. If you know any musician who spends hours a day practicing and hours a night playing in concerts, envelop them with a big, loving hug and let them know they are appreciated. Musicians have been around for as long as there has been a music to play. However, the origin of music itself is unknown as it's been around longer than the ability to record history. Prehistoric music includes all the world's music that has existed prior to any historical references. This includes traditional music apart from Native American African cultures. However, it is more common to refer to the prehistoric music as folk, indigenous, or traditional music. Archaeologists continue to speculate over whether the Vijay flute is indeed the oldest musical instrument. It's dated to be approximately 43,500 years old and is made out of a cave bear femur. The quarry lies in the whether or not in the item was actually used as an instrument or not on by carnivores. The 20th century brought major musical challenges and changes. Musicians strove to represent the world the way they perceived it, where the past eras of music concentrated on spirituality. This new modern period emphasized the physicality and the concrete. The invention of audio recording caused a boom in all genres of music, especially pop, rock, folk, country, and all forms of classic. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations and celebrations. We thank you all for joining us in these celebrations and commemorations, and we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form before leaving the platform. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining with different commemorations and celebrations. Take care. Good night.